Check out this question. What if you don't have an excuse? Check out this verse. It says this. This is Romans 1 verse 20. From the time the world was created, people have seen the earth and sky and all that God made. They can clearly see His invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature, so they have no excuse whatsoever for not knowing God. So what if you don't have an excuse? And you probably can think of a whole bunch of excuses to why you don't know God. Maybe you don't go to church, or maybe your mom was a Catholic and but now you hate Jesus, or you don't live in a Christian home, or whatever it is. Maybe you learned evolution and you think that's the way. But really, the Word says that we don't have an excuse. And all we have to do is look. All we have to do is look at the sky. All we have to do is look at the stars. All we have to do is look at nature, look at a tree. I mean, aren't you blown away? A tree breathes in what we exhale, and then it breathes out what we inhale. I mean, do you think that happened by chance? Do you think that we just so happen to end up being the microorganism that was on an asteroid that hit the planet that at some point later in history would have all of the necessary materials that we would need to survive? I mean, there's so many things that have to be so exact for us to remain in existence, that if we would just look at those things, then we could see God's power in it. We can see His invisible qualities, His ability to create, His ability to love, His ability to organize and to keep us going. Except for we look around and we look at those things and we say, wow, Mother Nature is awesome, or man, we should worship the God of the sun, or man, that took like 5 billion years to create. And we can say evolution is the way. We can say that it happened from a Big Bang if we want to, but really all we're doing is denying what we already know. And we deny that God made it, because if God made it, then we have to submit to God. But just recognize that just because you deny God, that's not an excuse to not believe in God. That's not a good enough excuse. Let me read this to you one more time. Romans 1 verse 20. From the time the world was created, people have seen the earth and the sky and all that God made. They can clearly see His invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature, so they have no excuse whatsoever for not knowing God. So what if you don't have an excuse?